Okay, I got my squeegee that came with the kit. I'm just going to read the instructions. I'm an instructions type of person. It says, this is your first task of skillful craft. But anyhow, lay the screen horizontally over a sink, tub, etc. I put a little piece of cardboard down, and I put kind of the edge on this lip here so that I can work the emulsion down the screen. If you put it too far up, the emulsion will get on the lip of this, and then you'll have a big line that's not even or thin across the, so I learned that the hard way. Anyhow, it says, lay your screen horizontally over a sink or tub, etc. Pour generous bead of your mixed emulsion along one end of the frame. Place your squeegee behind the mixed emulsion, and in a nice, easy motion, draw it across the screen, coating the screen with the emulsion as you go. Continue this step with the squeegee to ensure the one side is fully coated. Repeat this same step so you coat one side lengthwise, and then rotate and flip your screen. I guess that would be like this, and do the other side widthwise. And it says to remove excess emulsion, run your squeegee over your screen lightly. The extra emulsion can be collected back into the bottle. So basically, it sounds easier than it is, but you basically make a line of emulsion, and then you drag it lengthwise. I don't know if it says in one direction or not. But you drag it lengthwise, and then you flip it over, and I just did it lengthwise both ways, but you could same widthwise on the other side, making sure not to allow the screen to touch anything that will make it uneven or take some of the motion off. So let's give this a shot, see how we do for the video. This is probably my 4th time doing this, I'd say, at least, but let's see how it goes. So there's our bead of emulsion on the screen, and it says to gently slide it down the screen. The people with the scoop can normally do this in just one motion, but you can see there's spots that didn't get the emulsion, but it seems to be going already better than I'm used to it. And then if you flip it onto the other side, it looks thicker. And what I've noticed is if I just kind of work it back and forth, then I can normally get it to cover most of the areas. The areas that it doesn't cover, what I end up doing is I just put more emulsion in those areas. Because this is the diazo with the sensitizer, unlike some other emulsions, you can actually work with it here and it not have to be a dark room, which is nice. Can't imagine trying to do this in a dark room. I think with the other emulsions, if you have a red light, it actually helps. But you can see there are some pesky areas of this dang screen that I just can't get any emulsion on. But I would say that this shot is going better than the times have before. In these areas don't have any emulsion. I'm just going to put a little bit more on there. As it gets drug, it thins out, and if I have excess on there, I can always try and work with that to remove it. Getting it back in the bottle never seems to work for me, so my opinion about it is what it is. If you can do this well, like the people with the scoops, they do it basically in one shot. But for me, it's just about getting a thin layer on there and getting it even. And once your one side looks like it's great, you'll flip it over and it will look like a big mess on the other side, but that's okay. It doesn't say in instructions that doing this too much is detrimental to it. You may get frustrated and feel like it's not working, but the reason that you want the thin, even coat is that this is basically what's going to cure, and where it cures and stays on the screen, no ink can pass through it. The places that your image gets burned in, those are the places that the ink can go through. So that's what that next step is. I'm liking the way that this is looking. I just have a few spots. My images don't go to the very edge anyhow. This is a 10 by 14 screen, and my images are printed on transparency paper that are 8.5 by 11, so it's not like they're going to go to this spot anyway, but it'd be nice if I could, just for the sake of my own satisfaction, get that to be even. So that side looks great. This side, I think, just basically a couple more swipes of this squeegee and we should be good. This has gone much quicker and much better than the ones in the past. So I must be getting the hang of it. So you can see that that's pretty even. I'm just going to do this one more time to even this out. Maybe I'm getting the hang of the pull, which is apparently the key to screen printing. If you're not good at the pull of the ink across the screen when you're going to print, then this is not the type of hobby for you. Yeah, this looks really even and good, so I'm happy with this. So all you basically do is put this in a dark spot to dry. One more time. Two more times. A lot. You're kind of feathering it like when you're painting, to try and get it even, but that I think is going to be about as good as I can get it even on both sides, especially this back side where my transparency paper will go backwards. So what I do, instead of worrying about a dark room or anything like that, I just take the box that I got the pack shipped to me, and I'll put my screen right in here, making sure to avoid it touching any of the emulsion. And then I'm going to put this in a dark space, put something over top of it so that no light gets in there and it dries. Once it dries, it will be ready for the next step, which is putting our image, the transparency paper on there, shining a bright light on it. It's called burning a screen, so that's what we'll be doing next. We'll burn the screen, and then after we burn the screen, if all goes well, maybe we'll be able to get some prints out of it. So, Forrest for President, Gump 24, making shirts, raising some money for the running campaign. Carry on.